So, welcome to Billboard and White Claw here in beautiful Miami Beach. It's a little bit windy, so I hope I have my clip in case my hair goes all over the place. But we're so lucky to have one of the greats of Latin music here, one of the greats of reggaeton, urban music, trap, funk. This guy does it all. He has 15 songs on the Billboard Hot Latin Songs chart. He currently has a song on the Billboard Hot 100. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for De La Ghetto. Woo!
Good evening, everybody. Buenas noches, buenas noches. How's everybody feeling? Estamos activos. White Claw in the building, billboards in the building. Leila, te ves bella.
Lo mismo, mi amor. I gotta say, this guy, I've been running into him all over Miami like 3 times in the last
Easy,
month.
easy, easy, easy. Last time was en el panel y en lo...
En el panel, después
No, Grammy. No
en
quiere
los
decirlo porque
Grammys.
tú sabes.
Yeah, no, no, no,
I
no
don't want
digamos
Billboard to
nada.
get mad.
Oh, and that other award, right?
There was a couple.
That
There was
other
a couple.
award that wasn't Billboard.
Pero no quiero decirlo.
No, no lo digamos. Pero you were very fashionable all those times. And tonight, too, a ver, tell us what you're wearing. Because these are white leather pants,
These
by
are
the way,
white
guys.
leather pants, purple Nike. I'm a Nike fanatic with the Dunks and with the Air Forces. Uh, white off jacket, white claw jacket. Hello.
Ah, pero me encanta.
Muchas gracias.
Oye, so you've done so many styles of music. You're so eclectic,
Thank you.
and you've done it for such a long time. But you've done everything. You've done reggaeton, trap, funk, hip hop, whatever you name it,
Bachata,
bachata,
salsa,
pop, tropical.
todo,
So
todo.
if I were to meet you like now in the lobby of the hotel and I said, Mucho gusto, I'm Leila Cobo, I'm a writer, I'm a journalist, what would you say?
I'm de la Ghetto, I'm a rock star.
Eh,
O de la GC.
De la GC now. But your real name is Rafael
Rafael.
Castillo.
Rafael Castillo Jr., half Puerto Rican, half Dominican, born in New York City, and I was raised in Puerto Rico. Ya
So
lo
how
sabes.
does Rafael Castillo become De La Ghetto become De La GZ become GZ?
Wow. Well, eso fue, that was back in the early 2000s, like 03 or 04. I was just finishing high school. And, I will always do mi break de fumar, ¿entiendes? Antes de entrar a la escuela. And we would go to this park detrás de la escuela, and we would always talk about music and fashion and sports. And then I had some friends, and they were saying, "Yo, tú te llamas Rafael, ¿verdad? Do you remember that episode from Fresh Prince that
Keep the
Will,
mic close to your mouth.
mala mía, ¿tú te acuerdas ese episodio de Fresh Prince cuando el mayordomo Jeffrey se vistió como el poeta callejero, street poet named Rafael de la Ghetto? I don't know if anybody remembers that. Whoever's a fan of Fresh Prince, and it was like a joke. Era un chiste interno, and like, you know what? You should be called Rafael de la Ghetto because of that. So I just stayed by that name, and then when I met Zion from Zion and Lennox, he signed me. He was like, you know what, little bro, I think that name Rafael de la Ghetto is too long. We said, vamos a cortarlo a just de la Ghetto.
And
Y
then,
así me quedé.
y
De
así
la
te
Ghetto,
quedaste.
de la Ghetto, exacto.
So it's
Pero tiene un meaning también, tú sabes. Vengo de la barriada de La Perla. It's a little neighborhood en el viejo San Juan. Y es por lo menos enseñando a los chamaquitos que si tú vienes del barrio o vienes del caserío, no importa. Like, if I made it, you can make it too. So, eso por lo menos trato de hablar con todos los jóvenes y todos los chamaquitos de eso. E inspirarlos.
so you're proud of being De La Ghetto.
I'm proud of, yeah, hell yeah. You know, I mean, it's been in the game almost 18 years in the game, traveling the world, rocking stages. Y aquí con ustedes tonight, you know, lo sabe.
You're such a prolific collaborator. You have those big hits with Bad Bunny. In fact, your song with Bad Bunny in
HBR.
sí, it,
Pa' mi gente de el barrio, pa' mi gente de caserío. That was dope record, dope record, dope record, dope record.
and then you have a new song with Quevedo.
En el disco de Quevedo, yes, we
En
do.
el disco
We
de
actually we
Quevedo.
got
You
two.
have two.
We got
Duque
two,
Quevedo.
but Quevedo just launched the album out, and I think it's the el disco español más bajado. Yo creo
It's crazy.
en lo que es Spotify, las redes sociales. It's a record with me and De La Rose.
Yes,
Super,
great
super
song.
record, super great song.
Amanecido, amaneciendo.
Amaneció se llama.
Amaneció,
It's a it's a reggaeton, has that early reggaeton vibe with the new situation that's going on in music today.
which is.
It's like reggaeton with pop, reggaeton with electrónica, with trap. Es como que un reggaeton más americanizado.
And how do these collabs come to be?
Well, DMs through Instagram.
De verdad
Eso es lo
todavía?
que actually they do that. I get a DM, yo, I'm finishing my album. I got this record. What do you think? Send me your WhatsApp. And y así fue. Le envió el WhatsApp, me envió el tema.
A Quevedo.
And
That
yeah.
was how la primera, la del
No,
año pasado.
the first one I met Quevedo through a record I did with him in Argentina with Dookie.
Ajá.
When Quevedo before the Visa Rap,
Oh, when Quevedo was just starting out.
when he was just starting out, and then we did that record together, and then él decidió retirarse de la música un tiempito, and he came back and said, "Yo, G's, I got this record, I need your help," blah 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 blah, and we did it, and we killed it. Amazing artist. He's young, 22, 23.
He is, and he
Yeah,
has that great deep voice, no?
very, 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 very beautiful human being.
Well,
Demasiado.
well, that's very apropos to what we're doing tonight because White Claw is known for spurring these spontaneous moments of creativity and kind of embracing the moment and seizing the opportunity.
Yup, yup.
So, can you give me an example of a time when you've done that, when something se te ha presentado and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, and something great has come out of it?
Well, there was just one time, I think it was like 11, 12 years ago. I was at Daddy Yankee studio. And we're talking about Yankee when he was like still the big boss. And Yankee had a studio in Carolina, Puerto Rico. Carolina, Puerto Rico is a part of Puerto Rico. I don't know if everybody knows who's been to Puerto Rico. And that's where reggaeton was created. Carolina, Puerto Rico, for people who don't know. And then he has this big ass studio, mala mía por hablar malo. And I was using one of his rooms to produce, one of my own records. And then I
But you
go,
guys were friends by then.
we're super friends. Yankee was one of the first persons who helped me out back in 2006, 2007. So, cuento corto, yo voy para la cocina to get something to drink, and then all of a sudden, Arcan is in the studio, and then Baby Rati Gringo is also in the studio. Baby Rati Gringo is a super legends. They started reggaeton in the 90s with Daddy Yankee. And all of a sudden, Yankee opens the door to the studio with the Llegamos la Disco beat. And it was like, yo, everybody's here. Let's do the song together.
Like right there.
Like right there, put me in the spot. And he said, De La Ghetto, you know what? Come up with the hook. And I was like, damn, Yankee, así. Y tú sabes, yo estoy medio nervioso porque, espérate, I like to take my time when I'm writing, you feel me? So, all of a sudden, me sale el coro. Así natural. Llegamos a la disco, tú sabes que esto está encendido. So I just laid down the hook, and then everybody started doing their own thing. All of a sudden, 2 weeks later, we shot the video, and boom, and it was just like one of my biggest hits ever.
And this just happened from going to the kitchen.
Just going to the kitchen to get something to drink.
A White Claw.
I wish it was a White Claw. Would have been an even bigger hit, probably.
Oye, pero talking about spur of the moments, el otro, which
Aproveché el momento, ¿me entienden? Ahí,
aprovechaste el
claro.
momento.
Yep.
Pero otro es, I don't know if you guys have checked out Jeezy's new music, but he has a cover of "Sweet Child of Mine." Have you
Oh,
have you
don't
guys
say
heard
that.
that?
Yeah, you guys heard it? You guys heard it?
Because I heard it.
Yo soy rockero de closet. ¿Cómo se dice eso en inglés?
Closet rocker.
Closet rocker. Because, when I first started out reggaeton, I couldn't be in the studio like, yo, I like Guns, Linkin Park, Metallica. People in the hood would look at me like crazy. Like, yo, what you talking about? Like, nobody in the hood listens to rock. They like that's what I was told when I was growing up. Pero, like, I grew up with my grandmother. And so when I was a kid, I've always loved listening to both genres. Lo que era hip hop, lo que era metal y rock, lo que era classical salsa, lo que era classical balada, a little bit of everything. But when I was like from 7 to 14, like my passion was like just rock, full.
But I totally hear that in your music.
Full,
And I
full.
hear so much funk in your music. I
Thank
always
you,
think,
thank
si
you.
no se hubiera ido a reggaeton, would he be doing like funk and
Probably, because reggaeton. To be honest with you, it was like a mistake. It was just like I never really wanted to be a reggaeton artist. I wanted to be more of a producer. like Timberland, like Dr. Dre, more of that. So reggaeton fue en la perla, in a house party, me agarré el micrófono, I started rapping.
Ah, de verdad.
Así fue. It was a party in La Perla.
How old were
It
you?
was called I was like 19, 20, early bird. Like I had my chef coat on still, and I went to La Perla, and I saw La Placita was popping, lleno de un montón de gente. So yo fui, agarré el micrófono, I started freestyling, and then somebody from the crowd that knows Zion said, "Yo, Zion is opening up a label called Baby Records, and we need artists." So así fue que empezó.
Pero before this,
Before this, I was
when you
just
were
doing
a little boy,
odd jobs. Before, when I was a little boy,
when you were a little boy, at what point did you say, "Oh my God, I love music. Like esto me
since I
está
was
llamando"?
7 years old.
Do you remember what song or what
Of
record was the one that
uh,
kind of hit you over the head?
bueno, since Guns, la era de Guns, la era de Metallica, la era de Cristian Castro, las baladas. Uh, I grew up on viendo HBO and MTV. So like all those old movies from the 80s and 90s, like Goonies and Ghostbusters and all that. So siempre me gustaban las canciones de las películas viejas from the 80s and 90s. And then little by little, I started falling in love with music, like the hip hop when Wu Tang came out, when Jay Z, Tupac, Biggie, even in the early days of Lil Wayne and Drake, all that, all that.
Now you've collaborated with so many people. Is there someone who's in your bucket list?
Wow. I would love to collaborate with Robbie Draco, probably
Really? That
like
shouldn't be so
like
hard.
for him to
Tu
produce me a
vecino.
record. Yeah, but Robbie está en otra cosa right now. Oh, I would love to produce a record with Timberland. Que me produzca un tema. I love Timberland since the Missy Elliott days, since he produced Justin Timberlake's album at the beginning, uh, The Dream, Dr. Dre. Because I don't really think about collabs with other artists. I think more about like producers. Like what can that producer do with me? Take me to the next level musicalmente.
And
Eso yo siempre trato de buscar eso, that next step musically.
so have you thought about signing artists and
Uh,
producing albums
I've
for them?
signed artists, but to be honest with you guys, it's a hassle to sign artists because it's your baby. You gotta pay for their food, their clothes, their rent, their phone, and it's not a bad investment, but I had to lay off an artist a couple of months ago. But yeah, I'm looking more like for writers, producers, content creators, DJs. But hey, if si viene otro de la ghetto por ahí, or you never know, o un Bad Bunny de momento, otro más, like I'll sign him, like eso es lo más que me gusta hacer. I like to work. I'm always in the studio just creating.
And you're an indie artist now.
Yes, I am.
You've
4 years,
been 4 years.
4 years, 4 years now.
And last time we spoke, like in a setting like this, it was like 3 years. You had just gone indie, and you
Indeed,
told me, "I'm loving
I'm loving
this,"
it. I'm loving it.
and you're still loving it. Why? What are the pros and cons?
Well, the cons is you got to work 3, 4 times harder because with a label, you got a crazy ass team behind you and a crazy machine. When you're indie, it's more like just you, your manager, people in your office. It's more close. Pero lo bueno también that I don't got that pressure when I got to put out a product. I can just take my time. Okay, I just feel like music right now is going so fast. And sometimes when you do a record, you do the video, you do have everything, all of a sudden something is changing, en la música. De momento la gente está por acá, and all of a sudden everybody's on this en este lado. So you just gotta just probably sometimes you gotta go when the wave is ready and you tienes la tabla surfing, montarte en la ola que es. A veces si la ola está muy grande o está muy lejos, I just wait until the wave pass y viene otra ola y me monto.
But it's scary not to be indie too because you don't have an advance, you don't have like
Mm,
a big label doing your
It's
paying for your
scary.
marketing.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but I've been in the game for 18 years already. And when I first started out with Zion, we was indie and we was indie for like for more than 10, 15 years. We were just leaking out records with no team behind us. It was more of a street team. So no, 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 no da miedo. Te pone a pensar, is it gonna work? It's not gonna work. Me van a apoyar because I'm indie or no, pero Al final del día, I just love what I do, ¿me entiendes? Y ese es el secreto de esto. Amar lo que tú haces.
So, what advice would you give to any young artists that are here,
Just
young
keep pushing. Just
producers?
keep pushing, man. Just, don't be scared to be different, to be único, hacer cosas, atreverte a hacer cosas diferentes. And, ahora con las redes sociales, you're your own boss, prácticamente. You feel me? Like, you do your own thing, you just put it out there. ¿Qué puede pasar? They don't like it, saca otro tema, sigue trabajando, olvídate.
Oye, and you've done a change of sound, no? Do you see that the
Sí,
last two singles are very dancey, they're very
yup,
clubby,
yup,
they're
yup.
less reggaeton and more EDM, yeah?
Well, yeah, I put a record out called TB, what was it? TBCF. It's an old record that I did in called Cali Kush. I put out when I was at Warner, and then my DJ had this idea. I said, "Listen, can you send me the acapella to that song?" So cuando le envié la capela, he did something amazing. He did like a dance house record with that song, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy. This is amazing." I just put it out for the gram and TikTok, and then my publicist was like, "No, don't do that. Let's put it out the right way." Blah 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 blah. I said, "Hey, whatever. Let's go." We put it out, y la gente le encantado.
So, what do people say on your Instagram? Are they
They
saying
love
cool
it.
or are they saying you went to the other side?
No, 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 no. Actually, with the Sweet Child song, people are like, yo, we need this rock album. And then, what are we doing? Like, tú no sirves para reggaeton, tú sirves más para rock. I'm like, no sé, I'm confused, no sé. The rock album probably next year. Probably, I don't know. But en verdad, como va el reggaetón, que va cambiando constantemente, yo creo que el futuro reggaetón puede que caiga en rock and roll, literal. Because right now everybody's with the salsa reggaeton wave, you
And with
know,
the dance
and
wave.
with the reggaeton, Afrobeat, and dancehall. So you never know. Probably in 2 or 3 years, it might go like more like a rock wave, punk wave mixed with reggaeton. Hey, you never know.
That would be cool.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
So, time flies, but before I let you go, I'm going to ask you some preguntas rápidas,
Dame.
some quick questions. So, White Claw is known for innovating with unique flavors. If you could create your own White Claw
Mm,
flavor, what would it be?
I don't know. I think probably acerola. Acerola is a thing called Caribbean cherry. Acerola. A C E
Acerola.
ACEROLA. Acerola.
¿En Puerto Rico?
In Puerto Rico.
Okay.
In English, it's called Caribbean cherry. It's delicious. It's fucking amazing. I'm sorry. You guys got to try it when you go to Puerto Rico. I know when I was a kid, my grandmother, she would always buy me these packs de acerola every summer, and I would just go crazy. Me hacía el jugo.
Okay, I
Porque
like
como
that.
que White Claw es como que más para, for the beach, the lake,
Huh?
to chill, barbecue, lay back. Yeah, yeah. It
Okay.
has like a beachy vibe to it. Yeah.
Bueno, next year we'll be here doing the passion fruit parcha.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Okay, so, palabra favorita.
Dímelo, daddy. Dímelo, daddy. Dímelo, daddy. Everybody in la calle. GC, dímelo, daddy. So, dímelo, daddy. Brian. Brian sabe.
Palabra que odias.
I promise. Sí, sí. Porque mucha gente en este género, they're bad with their promises.
Okay, so no, no
Horrible.
promise. Okay.
So mejor di, I don't know, I'm not sure, but don't say I promise. Because I never forget. Like my daughter, que no se olvida nunca.
I like that. Favorite curse word.
Puñeta.
Fa-
Puñeta. Like if you hit yourself, puñeta. I'm on the Billboard's list, puñeta.
Eso. Favorite slang.
Favorite slang, puñeta. It's a slang too, because it's only people in Puerto Rico say that word.
And I know the answer to this one, but I think, I don't know if everyone does. Another job you did or you would do if you weren't a musician.
Well, I used to be in the restaurant business for a lot of years. I used to be a waiter. I used to be a bartender. I used to make pizza. Nobody makes better calzone than me right here. Nobody. Se lo echo cualquiera. And I make this amazing pizza, barbecue chicken pizza, out of this world.
Are you going to
So,
invite us to eat?
I don't know, probably.
Prométeme.
Te lo prometo. Cuidado. And if I have to do it again, I don't know. I've been talking to my wife lately, and to my partners in my office. Like probably next year, I might open up a pizza spot or a restaurant. I don't know.
Love it.
Sí, sí. Algo diferente, ¿ves?
Sonido que más te gusta.
La playa. Me
Y
encanta el sonido de la playa, the
que estamos
ocean,
oyendo.
just the breeze, the waves crashing in the shoreline. You know, I grew up in La Perla, so I used to live
Ajá.
in front of the ocean, literal, like walking distance in La Perla.
And now I'm going to get kind of mystical. Si Dios existe, ¿qué quieres que te diga a la entrada de las puertas del cielo?
Wow.
If you make it to
Me lo
heaven.
pusiste difícil. Hey, you've been a bad boy, but you got a good heart. Come in, bro.
Love it. Well, thank you
Gracias
so
a
much,
ustedes,
Easy, for
gracias a
being with
ustedes,
us.
gracias. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, agradecido. Thanks for everybody coming out, showing love. Gracias a la gente de White Claw, gracias a la gente de Billboard, Leila. Mi vida, gracias. You know, I've been traveling crazy. When I got the phone call from you guys, I said yes, and we're here. You know, so, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy what we have in show para ustedes. Vamos a romper.
Wonderful. So we're going to do a meet and greet with GC right now for the lucky people here. And of course, her show starts in no time.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay.